Well, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, this is a retake on a video I made that I released earlier today. Why? Because I made that video in a more subdued tone, just because I wanted to see. You know, some people say, oh, you yell at the camera all the time. So I thought I'd give it a try. Then I watched it back earlier today, and I just about fell asleep sitting in the chair. So I thought, screw that. We're gonna do these videos with a lot of energy in the way that I like to do them. So if I'm yelling at you, I apologize, but that's the way it is. So what's the topic today? Well, I went out on the web. As you know, I have a 2020 Voodoo Blue Tacoma on order, and I'm getting antsy. So I thought, I'm gonna see how many manual TRD off-road Voodoo Blue and other colors of the Tacoma are available out there. So I went to a site and I looked them up. I wanted to see what the price range was, and I wanted to see how many different colors and if anybody actually has them. So what I looked at was the 2020 manual, which is a 6-speed, 4x4, 6-cylinder, off-road TRD Tacoma. Lots of words to describe one truck, isn't it? Now, all of the places that I saw out there, all of them said, call to confirm availability. Now, that to me means they don't really have them. They have VIN numbers. Every one of them had a VIN number. All that means is that they're being built somewhere. Now, I also noticed on some of these dealer sites that they had this big thing, new arrival, right? It's in red, it's got a red border. Makes you think that they have it, that it's there. They don't. They don't. They are arriving in some places, I will say. I've had some people tell me that they've seen the 2020 on the lots. I even had a couple people tell me they've gone to look at them. So I know they're arriving, but they are not arriving in mass. I believe there's a few in Colorado, or California rather, and a few in Vermont. So what did I discover? Well, first of all, the price range. I'm not going to give you the price of every one. There were 55 of them when I checked yesterday. 55. The price range for those was at a low of $34,767 US dollars to a high of $48,353 US dollars. Now, I know some people out there are going to say, well, the higher price one, that's really a TRD Pro. Is it? I don't know. It didn't say TRD Pro, so I got to assume, you know what happens when you do that, that they are actually what they say they are, which is a TRD off-road 4x4 manual. Now, one thing I will tell you, a word of caution before we get into the colors and the numbers that are available, is if you see one advertised on a lot somewhere, because somebody left me a comment, they saw on a dealer website that they had a 2020 Tacoma. So they got in their car, they're driving over there, it's like a 30-minute drive or something, I don't know, but they're driving over there, and in the meantime, they're on the phone. They're talking to some guy, some sales guy at the dealership, and he says he's got to go verify that it's on the lot, right? So the whole time he's driving, he's on hold. Guy does come back on, I think at some point, either when he got there, he hadn't met the guy yet, and told him he was still looking. Meanwhile, he talks to another sales guy, and this sales guy says, nah, we don't have any of those. We just want to get you in here. Well, of course, I don't blame him for that so much. They want to get you in there so they can try to sell you something else, or maybe get you to drop a deposit so they can order you one. Who knows? Bottom line is, make sure before you make a trek, especially if you have a long way to go to get to a dealer, that they actually have one in stock, physically on the lot and available. You don't want to go look at one if it's sold, if that's the one you want, do you? I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. The first color that I'm going to talk about is the magnetic gray metallic. I found 12 of those. 12 of them that are coming soon. Next up is super white. Super white, they had 14 listed. This is in the whole US, the whole nation. 14 of them. Now, white is a great color. White is good, and you wouldn't think this, but white doesn't show dirt. White can get dirty and it still looks clean. Black, which is one of my favorite colors, is completely opposite. You'd think if you had a black truck and it got dirty, you wouldn't be able to see it because it's black, right? It's not true. Next up, and these are the top three, excuse me, in numbers, is the Silver Sky Metallic. they showed 11 of them available. Those are the top 3, and as you might have guessed, those are all neutral colors. Makes sense, because Toyota's going to want to put out the most neutral that they can, at least at first, because they want to appeal to the most people, right? Not everybody wants Cavalry Blue or Barcelona Red or some bright color. It seems to me that most people, if you look around at what people are driving, go for neutral colors. I don't know, but those are the top 3. Next up, we have Quicksand. Now, this is interesting because some of the dealers, they don't even know what they have. They list these as tan. Now, you might be able to argue they are tan, I guess, but Toyota doesn't put out a tan, at least labeled Tacoma. So they're Quicksand. They had 6 of them. There were 6 available. Next up is Cement. One of my favorite colors, probably my top 3, it being number 3, behind the blues. They listed 3 of those available. I'm surprised a little bit. The Cement is more like a gray or a silverish kind of color, more neutral. I would have thought they'd have more of that color. It's extremely popular too, but they had 3. Next up, and this one surprises me a little bit, is Midnight Black Metallic. They only had 4. They only showed 4. Now, black being kind of a neutral color, I would have thought it'd be up there with the grays and the whites and the silvers, but it's not. 4. Only 4 blacks. Next up, and this category is somewhat confusing, it is the Unknown. This dealer, apparently, they have a VIN number, either was too lazy to put the color that it really was, or they just don't know. Or maybe it's a new color, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like fuchsia, I don't know. But there's some unknown color, so we can't group that anywhere. There was one of those, one unknown. Who knows? Next up is Barcelona Red. That is the color of my Tacoma up there. You guys can see it right up there. Barcelona Red, an awesome color. I really do like Barcelona Red. Had I not already had that one, I might have considered getting that one again, although it'd be a distant 3rd or 4th to what I am going to get. But they have 1. They show 1 Barcelona Red. Next up, we're going to skip this category. Blue. We're skipping the one above this one. Blue. Now, I showed, or they showed rather, that there was 1 available. Now, this one they don't specify whether it's Cavalry Blue or Voodoo Blue. It's kind of like tan or unknown. We don't know. It's one or the other. It's blue. 1 available, and this one, in case you're looking to go out and try to snag one up and you're in the area, is in Washington, the state of Washington. So, if you're looking for a blue, one or the other, and frankly, I like both. So for me, as long as it had what I wanted on it, I wouldn't have a big problem necessarily. Now, what I'm looking at, the one that I like the most, Voodoo Blue, right? Voodoo Blue. It's what I have on order. I think it's the best color out there for the Tacoma, in my opinion. There are 2 available. 1 is in Michigan. So if you're in that state up north, if you're a Buckeye fan, it's in Michigan. So if you're in the area, maybe you want to head up there. The other one is in New Jersey. So if you're in New Jersey, you might want to go to New Jersey and pick that one up. Unfortunately, I am in southern Texas. So unless I wanted to hop a plane or, I don't know, jog, run, drive, it's really not within the realm of possibility for me to mess with. You could, if you wanted to spend a lot of money, you could buy it and you could have it shipped, or you could fly up there and drive it back, but that's not something that I am really looking to do. So not of any real interest to me. So that is it. That's all that's available. There are 55 of them. Now again, this isn't the total number of the 2020s. These are the TRD off-road manual transmissions. I looked at that category because that's what I'm looking at. So obviously there are more if you're looking for something else. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, go over those a little bit for you guys. I know this is kind of a remake to the video that went out earlier today, but like I said, when I watched that video back, I was bored. So how can I expect you to watch it? Anyway, this video is going to replace that video, so if you've already seen this video or you think it's a little different, you probably have, but I think this one's a lot better. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Are you in the market? Are you looking for a 2020 manual? Have you found one? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.